Hello, welcome back. Today we enter the second half of the season and a transfer window. Question is, are we still top of the table? Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 113 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in the Championship as we've gone over the halfway point of the season. It's Championship match days 25 and 26. Home first to Luton Town and then away to Hull City in, as I say, the Championship. So that's what we featured today. We've played one game since you were last with us, and these are the highlights. Lawrence with a throw into Nzingo. Nzingo back to De Bayo. Olsen to De Bayo. De Bayo gets this ball forward to Lawrence. Lawrence into the area. Nzingo is brought down and a penalty is given. O'Grady Macken stepping up for the penalty. 23 minutes on the clock. O'Grady Macken, goalkeeper, almost going the other way. O'Grady Macken makes it 1-0. They have a free kick. Coln swings it in. Derry sort of heads it clear. It's headed back out to Coln. Pellegrino on the ball now. Cordaro plays it to right, creates a bit of space, and he's fired it with power past Yale, Virginia. 1-1 on 29 minutes. Hall with the throw into Lord. This is a deep cross. It's headed clear by Lawrence, but only as far as that man Cone, who's caused us also, Mazumbo. And Mazumbo is brought down by Lawrence, and a penalty is given. Second penalty of the game to make it 2-1 to Sheffield United on 57 minutes. Brewster sending Yale, Virginia the wrong way. 2-1. This ball forward by Sheffield United. G picks it up. Oh, that was a bit short for Holman. Good job. Holman came running for it. 81 minutes on the clock. De Bayo with the ball. De Bayo through to Adamson. Adamson to Nzingo. This is looking promising. Crossed into the area. And Jefferson, who's come on a substitute, gets the equaliser on 82 minutes. No more highlights in that game. It finishes 2-2, 1-1 at half-time. O'Grady Macken after 24 from the penalty spot. Equalised by James Wright on 29. They took the lead on 57 through Rian Brewster and Daniel Jemison getting us back level on 82 minutes. We should have won that game, really. 13 shots, 7 on target, an XG of 3 and 62% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 4 on target, 1.75 and 38% of the possession. O'Grady Macken picking up a player of the match for his 7.9, scored a goal, 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance. It was not one of our best days. Wakachu not having a good day out there. Derry and Adamson, the wide players, almost thwarted from their attempts and not showing up particularly well. Daniel Jefferson coming on and getting the equaliser. That's how it finished then, 2-2 at Bramwell Lane, and let's go and have a look at how the Championship looks. So after that round of games, we have lost the top spot by virtue of Fulham having won their game. I think we'll have a check the scores in just a moment, but Fulham go top. As you see, 5 straight wins. We've won 4, drawn 1 now in our last 5, dropped down into second place. But there is an 8-point gap down to Burnley, who in third. Bournemouth dropped down to 4th place on 48 points, having lost their last game in that sequence. Millwall, also losing their last game, are in 5th place on 45 points. And Derby County 6th on 44, winning their first game in the last 4 for them. And Norwich also coming very well at the moment on a 5-game unbeaten run in the league on 40 points, closing the gap on the playoff places. There's Middlesbrough then in 8th place on 38 points, and then down the other end of the table, Sheffield United finishing 19th after that draw with us. They've won 2, lost 2, drawn 1 of their last 5. They're on 23 points, just 3 points ahead of Luton Town. Our first opponents of today's episode are in 20th place. Stoke are 21st on 19. They are 1 point clear of Nottingham Forest and Preston, both on 18 points in 22nd and 23rd respectively. And then 5 points adrift of Stoke are Plymouth, who are down on the bottom on 14 points, just won 1 of their last 5. Let's have a quick look at the scores then in that last round of matches. As you'll see, Birmingham beating Swansea, Coventry, Barnsley 1-1, Derby beating West Brom by 4-0. Bournemouth losing, as we said, that's why they've dropped down. Beaten by Huddersfield 2-1. 1-1 in that game, and Old Blaster on 85 minutes giving the win. Luton Town beating Millwall 2-1. Middlesbrough beating Preston 1-0. Plymouth losing again 3-0 to Plymouth. To Fulham. Portsmouth beating Notts Forest 2-0. Sheffield United, as you know, drew with us 2-2. Watford beating Queen's Park Rangers by 3-1. And Norwich 1-goal winners over Hull City. That is how it's set up then. First game of the episode, it's against Luton Town. We have played Luton Town in this series just once before. That was at Kenilworth Road, beating them by 2-1 on that occasion. Both goals from Travis Patterson. Lewis Hall getting what turned out to be a consolation for Luton Town, albeit it was an equaliser at the time. Let's see if we can get another win against Luton to keep the pressure up on Fulham at the top of the table. And here is the side that faces Luton Town in this championship. Match day 25. Yale Virginia continues in goal. Armitage is in for the tired Billy G. Olsen and DeBeo making the rest of the defensive line. Johnson is back in the starting 11, replacing Derry effectively. Patterson moving into a more forward attacking role. Lawrence is on the other side. Grady Mackin between those two. Patterson, as we said, has moved forward to that left attacker. Adamson on the right, and Nzingo carries on behind Wakachu, and Wakachu had 2 poor performances on the trot. Let's hope he doesn't make it a third. I think he could possibly be taking a little bit of time out if he doesn't perform today. And on the bench, it's Winterbottom, G, Linton, Holman, Derry, Jurich, Denny, Russell Denny, Franson, and Daniel Jebison. And here we are back at the Bob Lucas for this match day 25, playing our by now familiar formation. Playing Luton Town, who look like they're playing in red. Wilson is their manager. They're playing a 4-4-2 today. Luton are 20th on 20 points. We are second on 56. And the first highlight, we didn't think we were going to get any, but we've got one about 41 minutes in, and it was a goal kick going out wide, but Nzingo's a poor ball there, going to a Luton player. Dolan out here. Dolan crosses it in, but it's a poor ball. And I think it's gone for a corner. Wasn't too sure whether it had gone over the line before, but obviously not. Yale Virginia seeing it clear. He's headed away, but not convincingly. Giles surely was offside, and it's gone for another corner. Yale Virginia making 2 saves in a row there. Giles looked like he was in an offside position, obviously not. Swung in, and Yale Virginia collects. Highlight appears to continue. Armitage, who's in for G. Armitage, Johnson, Nzingo, who made that mistake just now. Patterson nearly getting in the way of Johnson. Johnson pulls it back. Patterson into the area, and Wakachew's pushed that over the top. First real attempt on 43 minutes, and it's gone. Hit that too hard. Just that one highlight, long highlight, but it was one highlight in that first half. And we do have the upper hand, but not convincingly. Really needed to convert this into goals as well. 10 shots, 3 on target, 1.37 and 59% of the possession. Luton Town have had 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.30 and 41% of the possession. We need to be a little bit better in the second half and a little bit more clinical. First highlight comes in the 56th minute, and it's the throw-in to Luton Town. They cross this ball in. Yao Virginia gets there, collects, and it was a mistake there in the waiting. Would have been a goal, but Yao Virginia does collect. He's rolled this out to Armitage. Armitage finds a Grady Macken. Grady Macken tries to find Adamson, but didn't find him. And that ball forward again to Giles into the area, and Morgan puts it over the top. It's offside, actually, as it turns out. This ball was played in. It wouldn't have counted if it had gone in. In the 61st minute, throw in on that far side. Johnson with the throw in into the area. Wakachew and Nzingo couldn't direct it, or did the goalkeeper save it? Goalkeeper Johansson saved it. It's gone for a corner. This one swung in. Back post. Ooh, it's gone over the top again. Yet another corner. Johansson making a second save in a row. Patterson. Patterson. Back post again. It's brought down, but not convincingly. Lawrence. And the highlight is over. Johnson, no. Grady Macken working together. Into the area. Wakachew pulls it back. And Zingo. And with 67 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this juncture in time. Grady Macken is off. Reece Russell-Denny comes on for him. And we've taken off Wakachew, who for the 3rd game in a row is having a poor game. I think we need to rest him in the next game and send a bit of a message to him. And he's going to be rested. In place of him is Daniel Jefferson. We have a corner. 73 minutes on the clock. Adamson with the corner, swings this in. Ooh, just over the top from Armitage. It's close, but we're not hitting the target. And with 75 minutes on the clock, we're making our final 3 changes in order to try and get this game. We have replaced Henry Lawrence with Jack Holman. The other changes that we have made, Glory Nzingo comes off. He's replaced by Jesse Derry. We've replaced Stefan Adamson with Nicholas Frenson as we look to try and win this game. Russell-Denny with a free kick. It's swung in again. Jefferson over the top this time. 84 minutes on the clock. And Johansson with a goal kick. But, we've headed that on, and not well, as Luton Town come forward, but that's cut out by Holman. Holman on the wavelength. Derry, can he cross this in? He can, and a trip, but nothing given. Who was tripped? It was Franson that was tripped. The referee not having any of it. And we'll see it again. It's ball won by Holman through to Derry. Derry gets into position to cross this into the area. Dangerous as it was, I'm not sure. I think Franson got in a tangle, maybe with his own feet, but it was the 2 defenders blocking off the shot. And it's a 0-0 draw, and for the 2nd game in a row, we've dropped points, and that's not what we wanted. Their defender, Pierre Gabriel, has thwarted us. He's got player of the match. Yeah, Virginia playing very well today. and stop them getting through. But we just could not find a way through. And Wakachou not firing on all cylinders at all. Good to see Daniel Jebson come on and play well, but even he couldn't get a goal today. And we're short of players giving us that momentum up front, which is what we needed to win this game. We should have won it. 22 shots we had, 7 of which were on target. 2.95 on the XG. Should have scored 3 goals effectively. 64% of the possession. They had 3 shots, just 2 on target, 0.42 and 36% of the possession. Let's hope we don't come to rue the missed points at the end of the season. Well, here we are with the results roundup, and we are now 3 points adrift of Fulham, who have won again today. 3-2 winners over Nottingham Forest. Burnley also closing the gap on us. They were 3-1 winners over Huddersfield Town. So at the top of the table, Bournemouth. I'm not sure Bournemouth only managing a draw against Norwich, which means that the gap hasn't closed with them. It's only Burnley at the moment that we need to be wary of. Derby County also closing the gap a little bit. They were 2-1 winners against Stoke City, who drop into that drop zone now. Preston pulling themselves clear at the bottom of the table. Millwall, they dropped down into 6th place, having lost 2-1 to Barnsley. So the top of the table looks like this. Fulham top on 60, having lost just 1 game against Millwall. They are first on 60 points. Weymouth are second on 57. A 6-point gap to Burnley, who are in 3rd place. 4th are Bournemouth on 49. 5th, Derby County on 47. 6th, Millwall on 45. And 7th, just outside the playoff places, Norwich on 41. Then come Middlesbrough and Hull City. Hull City, our second opponents of the episode, shouldn't have beaten Luton Town, but they were dogged in their defence. They are 2 points clear of Stoke, who are in 22nd place. Preston pulling themselves out of the bottom 3, also on 21, but inferior goal difference, a 5-point gap then to Huddersfield. Sheffield United and Barnsley at the bottom of the table. Sheffield United must have won again. Today they did. They beat Plymouth by 2-1. So Stoke in 22nd on 19. Nottingham Forest 23rd on 18. And still not doing them any favours at the bottom of the table. Plymouth on 14 points. Right, 3 days down to the game against Hull City. We'll come back with all the news. And so you come back and join us on match day. Not only is it match day, it's the 1st of January 2030. And the transfer window has opened. No news as yet. We are looking at a couple of players. In fact, one of them has dropped off already by the looks of it, which isn't very good. Joe, he's Brazilian and can play in the centre of defence. One of the players that we are just looking at the moment. Nothing definite on that. Possibly on loan until the end of the season. We'll see if that comes to anything in due course. There are a couple of players that we look at potentially to bring in on trial, but that is all the news that there is at the moment. So on to match day 26. 2 draws on the horizon, 12 games in the Championship unbeaten. We want to extend that today, but we want to get rid of this draw hoodoo as it is. If we can. Hull City, our opponents at the MKM Stadium. And, we've played them once in this series. That game earlier in the season in the Championship at the Bob Lucas. On that occasion, it was a draw, 3-3 on that occasion. We were 2 behind after 8 minutes. Alha Samanesh, the score of 2 goals in 5 and 8 minutes. Wakachou getting us back a goal on 10 minutes. And 2-1 it was at half time. Got it back level on 65 minutes through Travis Patterson. making it 2-2. But Hugo Pearce just 7 minutes later making it 3-2. And 3 minutes later, Travis Patterson getting level again. And we couldn't find another way through. And as we look at it generally, it wasn't a good day at the office. Wakachoo probably having the best of the game there, a 7.7. Will he play today? Let's go and find out. And here is the team that faces Hull City at the MKM Stadium in this championship match day 26. Yale Virginia continues in goal. Our backline today is Armitage, DeBeo and G. Linton comes in to make not a regular start. He's in fact, he hasn't started any games this season. Made 8 sub appearances, so makes his first full start of the season on the left. Johnson is on the right. Then it's Patterson and Derry are the wide attackers. Russell Denny is the roaming playmaker. Couldn't remember what the position was there. And Nzingo is playing behind Jefferson, who does replace Wakachoo up front. And the bench looking like this: Winterbottom, Olsen, Lawrence, Holman, Adamson, Jurich, O'Grady, Macken, Franson and Wakachoo. And here we are at the MKM Stadium. Howson is the manager. They are also playing a 4-4-2, which seems to have thwarted us somewhat. We're playing in our yellow and blue stripes today. Can we get back to winning ways? They are 9th on 38. We are 2nd on 57 points. "15 minutes on the clock. We have a corner. First highlight. Goalkeeper makes a save. Another corner. Derry with the corner to the near post. This time, James DeBeo finds a way past the goalkeeper, Dragovic. And it's 1-0. Good corner. Derry found DeBeo. 3 defenders on him. And he's put it past Dravowski. 24 minutes on the clock, and Hull with a throw in. Souza out to Ward, backing off him, and it's through, but that's cut out by DeBeo. But DeBeo gives it straight away to Arias into the area, but it's gone wide. In fact, it went out for a corner. It obviously got a deflection on the way out. Hurtado swings this in. It's headed away by Armitage. Back to Hurtado. Ooh! And an offside. 34 on the clock. They have a free kick. Marino with the free kick. He's gone direct. It's gone wide though. They have a corner on 38. Marino with a corner. They've equalised. Adam Ward, the scorer. And it was a near post. Almost identical to ours. And which one is Ward? That is Ward. Who's marking him? Russell Denny. Armitage is marking. In fact, there's a defender in here as well. Armitage probably should have gone out to him. He gets a header away. Hurtado comes forward again. Cut out by Patterson, though. And the ball given away. Mistake. Arias is out there. It's crossed in, looking for the header. And it's gone out. And we've managed to sidestep that onslaught towards the end of that first half. They've had 8 shots. Only one has been on target, luckily, 0.54 and 35% of possession. We've had 9 shots, 7 on target. It's that story again that we should be well in front by now. 0.76 and 65% of the possession. We need to make more of the chances in the second half, assuming we get the chances. I like the second half. They have a corner. Hurtado swings it in. It's headed clear but only as far as Moreno. Moreno drives it. And Virginia getting hands to it, pushing it wide. It's another corner. Hurtado again on corner duty. This swung in. Free kick. It's all Hull City. Headed away by Johnson, but we can't seem to get away. Get up the other end. Not seen many in the attacks. It's gone out wide of Ward. Ward crossed it in, but G is there. And he's cleared it up to Derry. Now we've got a counter-attack on. Can we get in here? Nzingo on the ball. Nzingo just needs to get it in the area. He has! Oh, and it's gone over the top. I think it was offside there, actually. Maybe Patterson, I don't know. With 66 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes, James DeBeo, who's tired and also has picked up a yellow card. He's off, and Charlie Olsen comes on to replace him. And the other change that we have made is other 2 changes that we've made. Glory Nzingo also tired. It's been replaced by O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken dropping into that deep line playmaker role. Russell Denny coming forward. And the final change, Daniel Jefferson, who's got his opportunity to start today, not making a very good fist of it. Wakachu comes on to replace him. And with nearly 81 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes, we have taken off Josiah Linton, Johnson moving to the left, Lawrence coming in on the right, and our final change is Travis Patterson has been replaced by Jess Derry. 7 minutes on the clock. They have a corner. Morelos with the corner. It's looking dangerous. It's headed away, but only as far as Fuji. Fuji recycles Morelos. And Souza, it's got a deflection. And Souza gives Hull the lead. And are we going to drop 3 points this time? And our season, our second half of the season, has gone wonky. Oh, he took 2 deflections, in fact. It took 2 deflections. Let's go back and have a look at that again. Fuji recycling it. And Morelos to Souza. First deflection was off of Adamson. And then I think it was Armitage, possibly. And we have dropped 3 points. Once again, 64% of the possession, 14 shots on target. Sorry, 14 shots, 10 of which were on target, 1.77. Just not put our chances away. And once again, we've had a poor day. And our striker's not doing it up front. Daniel Jefferson a 6.4. And, well, Wakachu only a 6.5 when he's come on. Just not performing, albeit their goal did thwart us, but just didn't find a way through, and we've dropped 3 points. Well, all in all, a disappointing episode. 2-1 loss then to Hull City, which is rather annoying. And the gap to Burnley has been closed to 3 points. They're just 3 points behind us. They've beaten top of the table Fulham by a 0-0. Respect. But it means that we've not lost any ground on Fulham, with still only 3 points behind them. But Burnley coming like a train at the moment, just 3 points behind us now. And we're in danger of losing that second automatic place. As it stands, Derby are in 4th on 50 points, Bournemouth 5th on 49, Millwall are 6th on 48, and Middlesbrough are 7th on 42 points as it stands at the bottom of the table. Stoke dropped further, Preston dropped back into the bottom 3, Luton closed, Nottingham Forest pull out. 3 teams there on 21, all 5 points adrift of Barnsley and Huddersfield. Plymouth have got 14 points. Did that they get a result today then? No, where are we? Plymouth. They lost 3-1 to Coventry. No, they didn't. They're on the bottom on 14. 5 points adrift of Stoke, and some 7 points adrift of Preston and Luton near the bottom of that table. We have a little bit of respite from the league. We will come back for FA Cup 3rd round tie against Huddersfield Town. We've played them once this series so far, beat them at what stadium is it? It would beat them at the John Smiths, that's the one, in the previous match, but playing them at the Bob Lucas. We need to get back onto some form, and then we face West Brom, who we lost to early in the season. One of only 3 games we've lost this season, just lost one now, but early in the season lost to West Brom and Norwich back to back, of course, and those 2 games, repeat games coming up in close succession. So that will be our next episode. Join me for that. If you can. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of The Bottom to the Top, and of course our other series Going Dutch as they are released, and new episodes Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 114. It's out on Friday. Till then, goodbye.